Welcome to One Chemistry. Always do your best. Now let us see 100 conversion in organic chemistry. We are seeing as episode. This is the 10th episode. If you didn't watch previous episode, I encourage you to go and see. Here we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the first question, which is the cyclic ketone attached with the exocyclic double bond and bromide and base is given. They are asking you to guess the product, whether the product is simple bromine elimination or COH formation or 3-member ring formation or bridged carbon formation. Here one rearrangement is there, you should guess it. So the reagent, starting material, you have to guess the rearrangement. The answer is B. Let us see how. Here starting material is ketone with double bond, you are using a base. You might sense that it's a Favorsky rearrangement. So what Favorsky rearrangement do? The base subtraction will happen and 3-member cyclic ketone will be formed. So the same thing happen, it is kind of internal SN2. Since the attack happening on double bond shifts, bromine leaves. So 3-member cyclic ring will form. Even though there can be the possibility of 2 types of ring opening, only one possibility will be there since we have to focus the answer. So MEOH will attack. The MEOH attack, after that the ring will be opened. So it become a ester attached with the vinyl group, the anion is forming. Then the H plus attack, the final product is formed. If you rewrite the final product, you have 5-member ring with COMe ester group is attached and the vinyl group is attached. In this conversion, you should know Favorsky rearrangement and there can be a possibility of double bond shift. Then there is a ring contraction is there. So you should know all these steps to find the correct answer. Always have the help of the answer and focus the mechanism. Then the next question, same starting material is given but 2 different reagents are used to have the product. The A side, the methylation occur in the isolated double bond. B side, methylation occur in the conjugated position. So which reagent you will use to have the desired product? There are 3 possibilities they are given. One is methyl iodide and zinc copper couple and trimethylsilyl and sodium nitrate and sulfonium ion also given. They are all the ylides as well as zinc copper couple. Here you have to know the reagent selectivity. The answer is B. Let us see how. The starting material has 2 types of bond, isolated double bond and the conjugated bond. Now let us see A condition, CH2I2 and zinc copper couple, which is Simon-Smith reagent. It is a naming reaction. It is a very selective one where it will only methylate on isolated double bond. So methylation occur in the isolated double bond. Similarly the B side, the conjugated double bond. The sulfonium halide is there. It will only attack the conjugated double bond. So Simon-Smith only attack the individual double bond and the sulfonium halide only attack on the conjugated double bond. Here all about selectivity. Here stereochemistry given only to confuse the viewer. So nothing more. Then the question number 3, starting material is the alkene attached with the cyclohexyl ring and the boron catalyst is given and the answer A. Then there is a methyl halide attached with the butane also given. There palladium catalyst and phosphate is used. They ask you to guess the product A and B. The products are boron coupled one and the direct coupled one. Here the double bond positions are different, the configuration is different. Simply they are asking the question, the double bonds are cis-cis or trans-trans or cis-trans or trans-cis. So you have to know selectivity of reagents towards the double bond. Here the first step everybody know it's a Suzuki reaction. Since the boron and palladium catalyst is used, first step is boron addition. The boron addition always form trans double bond because of its nature. So trans double bond is formed. This is the important stereoselectivity here. So only trans double bond form. So next step is Suzuki coupling. The coupling reaction never change the stereochemistry there as well as configuration. So coupling is just joining. So the product combined with the cis form, which is the same with starting material. So the end product is same, which is trans cis. So the answer is B. Here you have to know the two things. The addition of boron form transform, coupling reaction never change the configuration. Then the question number 4. The starting metal is the alcohol and triple bond and the double bond. Here they are asking lithium aluminum hydride and sodium methoxide, and the second step is Sa plus epoxidation, and L plus diethyl tartrate is given, which is DET. They are asking you to guess the product. It's a simple reduction and epoxidation reaction. The question is all about stereoselectivity, where the epoxidation occur, where the triple bond become double bond. The answer is C. Let us see how. Here starting metal is alkyne. We are using lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride reduced to the trans form. We will see why it is trans later. Then you are using diethyl tartrate, which is in the plus form. Since it is trans and plus DET, the product will be above the plane. So it is above the plane product in Sa plus reaction, and the selectivity is trans. Let us see why the trans alkene is formed there. The starting material, which is alkyne, the OH group is anchoring group for lithium aluminum hydride, so it formed the 5-member transition ring. The attack always occur in the opposite position, so the attack and elimination of catalyst lead to trans, only trans. So the reactant convert into trans form and epoxidation occur at the trans position. Now question number 5. Starting material is alcohol and the exocyclic double bond and inner double bonds are there. The reagents are BBH3 and a dead reagent and 2-iodophenol. And the second step they are using tertiary butyl tin hydride and AABN, simple thermal reaction. They are asking you to guess the product A and B. Here products are given. Simply they are asking the question whether O alkylation happen or ring closure occurs. Here stereochemistry is important also. Moreover, you have to understand the catalyst, whether the catalyst can compel the ring formation or O alkylation. The answer is A. Let us see how. By looking at the reagent, you might guess it's Mitsunobu reaction. Mitsunobu reaction, you can simply assume that it is like SN2 reaction. It can help to form ethers by just combining two alcoholic groups. Water elimination can occur. But important thing you should know, there is an inversion in configuration there. So it's kind of S2. So the product is the coupled one, inversion in the reaction. But the next step is interesting. Next step is the radical donor. It's a tertiary butyl and tin hydride. It's a radical hydrogen donor, or you can say radical reducing agent. So it can induce the formation of radical by removing iodine. So iodine is removed, radical is formed. So the double bond is there, radical is there. So everybody can guess, and it can be the possibility of the ring formation. So the 5-member ring formed and one radical remained. And tertiary butyl tin hydride is there, which is the radical reducing agent, which can give H dot. So the product is simple alkane. Here the attack is from the below. Since the group is below, so all groups are go above. Since stereochemistry doesn't matter, there should be a possibility of question also there. So here you should know important thing, inversion in configuration as well as the possibility of cyclization. That's all from me this episode. I hope it was useful. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.